Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. Today is Friday, and on Fridays I do my challenge. The challenge is really designed to get you to search through your comics to find some themed books. Um, Last week's theme was all about punch covers, like punching, like really good punch in the face kind of covers. And there was pretty good response videos that I've seen to it. So I'm glad that people participate in the challenge. I want hopefully more people in the community to take part in these challenges because I actually find them quite interesting. Because what it does is it forces you to kind of look through your collection. And a lot of the time we put our collections in our boxes and then they stay there in the boxes forever. Like it's just like we don't see them. So this is kind of getting us to look through our own collections, and also it helps us to share our comics so that people see potentially kind of cool books that we can buy. So I've seen a lot of other people's response videos, and I picked up a lot of the books that I've seen in those challenges because they're so cool. So I hope that this week's challenge, which is a hard one, I'm going to tell you, this one, I was actually pretty exhausted looking for the books to meet this theme. But I'm going to go about last week's challenge first. So last week's challenge was the punch covers. And I always do a poll where I ask, what punch cover did you like the best of the ones that I showed? And hands down, or fists down, I don't know, the winner was Hulk 181. This is just an epic punch. It's got, both Wolverine and Hulk doing some pretty big punching. So this one easily won. I think it was probably the greatest of the ones that I showed. So I actually recommend, if you haven't seen it, just check out those other videos in the challenge, the Friday challenge, because there's some pretty cool stuff. Okay, so this week's challenge was very challenging. So it was all about snake covers. So I was thinking about what kind of cool themes I want to keep you on your feet in terms of on your toes, I should say, with things that might not be ones that you would think right off the bat. So I always kind of do different things. And this one with the snakes, I really, it gave me a challenge. I had to search through my books. I was like, do I have snake covers? Like, why don't they put snakes on covers? Like, it just was not as easy as I thought it would be. It was a fun challenge in terms of digging through my own collection. So I'm going to show you what I picked. There's some really great snake covers, though. I actually did find some really awesome snake covers. We're going to start out with a really great one from one of my favorite girls, Wonder Woman. This is Wonder Woman 123 with a nice giant snake on it. And whenever I think of snakes, I always think of the snake charmer. And got this little guy, and he's charming this massive snake. I just think that's really awesome. So this is Wonder Woman 123. That's number 10 on my list. Actually, this is one that one of my viewers recommended, number 9, that I thought was just a really great cover. And it's really snaky. It is so snaky. But it's number 9 on my list. It's a really great snake cover. Look at all those snakes. It's just like so snaky. The snakes are all wrapped around. It's a bit of snake bondage, which is always cool. Bit of sexiness going on there too. Just a really great snake cover. So I thought, and maybe this was kind of the inspiration for this challenge in a way, because I was thinking about this cover. I was thinking about Snakes on the Plane for some reason. And there's actually supposedly a comic for Snakes on the Plane, so so it's kind of interesting. But I don't own it. So, but I thought this was a great one. This is Green Lantern number 7. Lots of snakes. Okay, another great snake cover. And this one is like great, not just for the snake, but for just the cover itself. This is Red Sonja number 1. And you get like, the big snake at the bottom here. And it's like just such a great fantasy cover. You got your sexy Red Sonja on it as well. But you got the unicorn, and you got this little floating head guy, but you got the snake. And what's really cool about it is that she's chopped the snake in half. That's another thing. Whenever I think of like snakes in either movies or like in like the, you know, where it's like this giant snake and they have to fight it, I always think about that, like that kind of severed snake. So I kind of like this cover for the snake, not just the sexy girl on the cover. So this is a Red Sonja #1, number 8 on my list. Now, this is one that I really love, and it could have been higher on the list because it's one that I actually really love. This is number 7 on my list, and it's All Top Comics. I believe it's number, I forgot what number. I always forget the number on it. It doesn't say, that's why. It is number, I think it's, one sec, I'm going to tell you, 18. I had to look it up. So I had to look behind me. So yeah, this is All Top Comics number 18. And it's just a really great one because you got the, you know, the good girl and you got the snake kind of posing a threat to her. So I think that's, always like that kind of style. I mean, it's a little bit more subdued snake, but I just love this cover. So it was higher on the list than maybe some of the better snake covers. But so this is All Top number 18. Just a really great snake cover. And it's been homaged a lot because it is such a cool cover. Similar idea in this next one is number 7 on my list, or I always forget the numbering. 6 on my list is Fighting Yank number 23. And this is another one that's just a cool snake cover. Like I always like the idea of, you know, the snake being something that is kind of similar to the other one where it's like used as a weapon almost, or a threat. And this is kind of like that. You got the hooded figures that are kind of holding this woman, and you got the venomous snake that is ready to like bite her. So it's kind of a cool cover. And this one is, you know, this is quite a cool book. Just so you know, this is something that my son always goes on about: venom versus poison. A lot of people say poisonous snake. Well, that's actually erroneous. It's venomous snake. And the reason being, snakes will bite you, and that's venom. If the skin of the snake was like toxic or poisonous, then it's a poisonous snake. So this is something my son always mentions. So I'm always very careful to say venomous. That means that they bite you. So this is Fighting Yank number 23 with the venomous snake. And I like my good girl. I like my bondage. And I like my snake bondage. So this is Fight Comics number 49. Just a really great cover with Tiger Girl. And she's like all wrapped up in the snake. And it's almost like she's like, you know, she's, you know, gonna stab it and stuff. It's like, you know, this is like a full-on battle between her and the snake. And you got maybe the hero or like some other guy in the background, maybe gonna rescue her with her the tigers and stuff like that. So so yeah, just a really cool cover. I like this one. This is Fight Comics number 49. Next, more bondage, and it's like duo bondage. So not only do you have snake bondage, but you actually have bondage. So this is JoJo Comics, and this is JoJo Comics number 17. And so you see it, she's like tied to the tree, get the snake all wrapped around her, and it's like gonna strike, and then you got the hero in the background with the knife, and he's like gonna attack it as well. Just a really fun cover. I really like these bondage covers. I think they're cool. So this is JoJo Comics number 17. Kind of a cool cover. Okay, some more from JoJo. I really like my JoJo Comics. If you haven't checked out JoJo Comics, like I really recommend that, you know, you can read them online. They're definitely interesting. Definitely cool. So this is another kind of snake bondage cover. So I always think of snakes as like being either venomous or constricting. So where they kind of wrap around the person. Well, this is that. So this is JoJo Comics number 22. I'll take it out of the plastic so you can see it a bit better. It's just a really great cover. This is a Jack Kamen, I believe. It might be Jack Kamen. I think it's Jack Kamen. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's Jack Kamen. So just a really great cover. JoJo Comics number 18. Or 22. 22, sorry. Okay, next, number 2 on my list. We're down to the final 2. Another thing when I think of snakes, and this might give you some help when you're searching, because I really did have to search for these snake covers, is I think of Medusa. I think of, like, you know, the snakes in her hair. Well, one of my favorite Medusa covers, and it has the snakes as well, you know, like the, you know, separate from her, is Planet Comics. This is just such a great one. This is Planet Comics 41. And you got the girl bondage, again, more bondage. But you got the girl with the snakes in her hair. Let me see if I can get it without the reflection. Isn't that cool? All the snakes, and she has a snake in her hand as well. But I really love this cover. I think it's such a cool cover, not only because, like, the girl's got, she's in bondage there, but you also get, like, her, like, hair. Like, they actually pin down her hair. I think that's just so cool. And then you got this, Golem coming in through, breaking through the door. I think that's kind of cool. So I really like this one. This is Planet Comics number 41. A great series. A lot of great covers from Planet Comics. So it's number 2 on my list. And number 1 on my list, this one, it's more subtle, the bondage, but it's so I almost feel like the theme is snake bondage, but we'll keep it to snakes. This one is just a great cover. I love this cover. This is Thrilling Comics, number 64. And it's just I just love this cover. I just can't help but look at it. So you got the snake, and it's kind of wrapped around a little bit on there and a little bit up there. And again, she's just like, it's an airbrushed cover. It's just such a sweet cover. I just really like it. You know, the snake is prominent on this one. So that's what I really like about it as well. And, you know, you can see, like, you know, she's like ready to stab the snake. The snake is ready to pounce on her, and she's in the tree. It's just such a interesting environment to be placed in. And, at the same time, she's looking beautiful. So how does that all work? I don't know. So yeah, just a really great, Good Girl cover. This is an Alex Schomburg, you know, airbrushed cover. So it's really great. So I really like this one. So this is number 1 on my list. Thrilling Comics number 64. So that was my 10 snake covers. Can you find 10 snake covers in your collection? That's the challenge. If you take up this challenge, all you have to do is put the hashtag Friday Comic Challenge, and also hashtag snake covers, snake comic covers, okay? And that, use those 2 hashtags, and you know, people can, you know, click those hashtags and see all the other videos related to them. So you know, everyone that takes part in the challenge. Also, I recommend, when you create the challenge video, put the link in the comments for this video, and then all my subscribers will see your challenge as well. So those are kind of the hints that I recommend. This is a great way for us to build a community and have some fun at the same time. I hope that more people take part in it, because I find it interesting. I don't know. I just hope other people find it interesting. So please remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment below. Thanks again. Bye.